man, I got to wait till Tuesday. Okay. Oh my God, I just need to keep hearing that right there. Hey, you are awesomely awesome, and you're the best. You're the best. Bless. Just hell. I can't even sound. I don't even know what to say.
Had a vision for 20 in the morning, thinking of my little sisters in mourning, struggling with realities, no melodies, holidays ain't the same, everything's changed. No Bowie, no Prince, and no Michael, no Andre Crouch and the Disciples, no Walter, Edwin, or Deborah Coley, no Whitney, no George Michael. Toys R Us gone bankrupt. Damn, they Guitar City went bankrupt. Everything from my childhood's missing, man. Man, I swear it's such a fooled up feeling, man. I'm not mad, it's a simple observation. And I'm not sad, but it's not a celebration. I'm just trying to put the pieces back together, man. Everything's falling through my fingers like sand. It seems a tighter that I'm gripping. It seems the more that I am slipping. I feel like I lost everything I love. And where's this alleged agape love? And churches ain't the same. Gospel music just ain't the same. R&B it just ain't the same. But y'all keep telling me it's the same. But I ain't feeling nothing, damn it. And I don't wanna reach up and grab it. Shots fired, get to dunking. Always knew they were up to something. This ain't no future when you're frontin'. And y'all know you still out here fool. I'm not a baby brown bone. Don't leave me standing out here alone. That's why I wrote this song. Because I know I'm not alone. What are we out here doing? What are we out here saying? People don't care no more. So forget I don't care no more. This is too much for you to handle. I was always too much to handle. There ain't nothing new about me. You don't want authenticity. You don't want sincerity. 2020 brought me clarity. Now I see who you really are. No mask wearing, mailbox wrecking, racist motherfucker. Let's go. Homie, you don't really want it. Sis, you don't really want it. I'm your nightmare opponent. Walking in a new anointing. Walking past all your bullets. Nothing in your trigger bullets. Try and pull it again. No weapon missed again. Tired of talking about changes. Tired of going through changes. Lie after lie. Lie after lie. Republicans and the Democrats. Prime ministers and bureaucrats. Senators and aristocrats. HBO and Cinemax. Still the babies in the cages. Babies dying in the cages. I ain't forgot about the cages. And if you did, then you were racist. Calling it out like it is. Call it out like it is. We've been indoors for a year. And we're heading for another year. Lights off for Cologne. High interest student loans. Living in a pandemic. Calculated and systemic. Start with black folks first. Kill that melanin first. Press us down and we pop up. Press us down and we pop back up. Speaking of getting it poppin', I heard you wanna get it poppin'. 400 years picked up. I guess you really wanna get picked up. We ain't playing with that ass. I'll get all up in that ass. Been doing wrong for too long. Time to sing a brand new song. Free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We're free at last. Free of all of your religion. All your European religion. All of your biased decisions. All of your wicked intentions. look ahead for the team. Took a bullet for the dream that we would one day all be free, free from prejudice, free from sexism, free from bigotry. I die for creativity, I die for freedom to be free. I died and left a legacy. Oh, but baby, I still live through technology. After the sun, oh, comes the rain. Yeah. And after the storm, the sun will start shining. Glasses of pain, and tears of pain, and tears of pain, and a dash of struggle. Just be patient. Your destiny will manifest. Yes, photosynthesis.
What is going on? What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Hope everybody is having an okay, I would like to say wonderful, but it seemed like shit getting fucked up more and more every day. So I hope that you are doing well. I hope that your mental health you are putting first as we have entered the 1st of March, okay? Don't forget to check in later on tonight around 8:30, where we're going to be doing chapter 1 through 3, the story times, okay? I have a few story times from each chapter that I'm going to share with you. There's going to be a few that might be missing that I kind of want to do at a later date because I kind of have some ideas. But again, make sure that you come back later on tonight, 8:30, for the story times for chapter 1 through 3 of Wonderfully Made. Now, for the purpose of this live tonight, this morning, as you all know, Blackout Day, or DEI Blackout, okay, has just happened. And it is sparking a lot of conversation, and I'm glad that it's sparking conversations. My purpose for this live is to try to have the conversation in a more contextual, nuanced, and fear working through type of way. That DEI blackout, yes, that was a good idea. Because again, if black people want to really make change in this country, and to establish our own black economy, our own black wealth that we can leave to the generations after us, we have to be conscious with our money. But I also saw a few things that made me kind of look in reference to, I can understand where you're coming from, but the application of it is still fucked up. Do you get what I'm saying? And then at the end, I'm going to show you what I believe actual DEI blackness or blackout actually looks like. And then after we get done with that, we're going to take a look at Kristi Burke. Again, for those of you who have been watching me recently, we have done some reactions to her videos. Please make sure that you guys go ahead and subscribe to her channel. I will put her information in the the description box below after the live. I kind of wanted to get this going because we already almost at 5 o'clock in the morning. But I just felt compelled to bring this live to you guys. Okay? But anyway, Kristi Burke ended up using her privilege to call out her Congresswoman. Okay? And she has been doing the work. She has been studying to show thyself approved, to show herself approved. Excuse me. She also is an individual who is deconstructing Christianity or organized religion. So again, make sure if you want to know more about that to subscribe and watch her content as well. But she recently dropped a video of her being escorted out of the building for asking the Congresswoman, whom is supposed to represent her and her constituents, right? She didn't answer any of the questions, and baby, let me tell you something. Going forward, there is no way to say that racism does not exist, because all the orange Cheeto and the orange Chief Cheeto or whatever the hell we want to call them, girl, the Chester Cheeto dust at the bottom of the fucking left side of the corner of the bag. Okay? Girl, let me shut up because y'all know I can go in. What's going on, Queen Donna? Glad to have you here. I can show y'all better than I can tell y'all. Okay? I don't have this pulled up because I was trying to hurry up and get this live going. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Because let me tell you something. One thing about Kristi Burke, and this is what, again, white people going to have to do, baby. In order for you to prove that racism does not exist, girl, you're going to have to use your privilege to complete that circle, because black people and people of color didn't start this shit, at least in this country. Okay? We can't fix anything that we also did not create. Okay? We're gonna need y'all to come through and again use your privilege. And Kristi Burke has used her privilege. Again, this whole election has proven to everybody now what the actual truth is. And either you're going to face that truth and do what needs to be done to actually make America great, or you're going to succumb to that fear while also being destroyed by that fear. And I kept telling y'all, everybody about to know what it feels like to be a nigger. Everybody about to know what it feels like to be a farad. Everybody is about to know that. And the grace and mercy in the midst of the bullshit for the black community and the oppressed groups of people is that, unfortunately, this is not anything new. But now that the privileged people have to deal with it. Don't ask black people to help you to accomplish this. And that's the one thing I forgot to grab as well, because I was going to talk about the Civil War, how we helped the North to win the Civil War. And even though I can't pull up the pictures, I'm going to pull up the information because some fuck shit happened after that. So now that we're looking at history again, we're not going to be sitting out there or standing out there in the streets. No, boo, 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 boo. Keep your ass at home. See, those are the videos I was supposed to grab. I'm trying to get everything together. I'm gonna probably see if I can still do that on the back end to get y'all those videos and those clips. Okay, but before we get into the live, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All the videos, songs, images, and graphics used in this live belong to their respective owners, and BubzDaGawd does not claim any right over them. So with that being said, let's take a look at what the actual DEI blackout list looks like. As you can see on the screen here, these are the boycott dates. Okay, February 28th, which was yesterday, economic blackout. No spending any money. Okay, March 7th through the 14th, Amazon boycott. March 21st through the 28th, Nestle boycott. April 7th through the 14th, Walmart boycott. April 18th, economic blackout again, no spending any money. And April 21st, General Mills boycott. So I am grateful that we are somewhat employing some sort of strategy. But the problem is we need to evolve that strategy. And we need to find a way to make sure that enough black people are on the same page. Because of the historic attempts by African Americans, especially with the civil rights movement, when we have video evidence and recording of dogs being sicked on motherfuckers, water holes being sicked on motherfuckers, riot police meeting them in the streets, and we did all of that, again, peacefully. We didn't throw no punches. We ain't pick up a brick and bust a bitch in the head. America is proving to us that they want to get back to that place, which is why they voted this person into office. But the gag of the whole situation is that now the entire country has to suffer, and that includes your ass as well, for the individuals who voted for him. But back to the black people. The first clip we're going to look at is of a YouTuber who I do absolutely admire and adore. If you listen pretty closely, I have a few isms from this individual. They're very influential in reference to their comedic timing and how they use their voice. And that individual, okay, is known as...
I haven't been on here.
Megan McGlover. Okay? Again, shout out to Megan McGlover. Okay? I love her content, especially when she was doing the whole weather situation. But now she is in the political climate, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she is more on the Republican side, and there are some things that she has talked about recently that I kind of have a little bit of a disagreement with, because again, I'm also learning to listen to other people so I know exactly what they're talking about. Not allowing certain words to trigger me and to go on the attack, or, you know, but to actually listen to what people are saying. And in this clip, she is going to state an apparent fact in reference to how black people don't boycott the church, and they are the ones that are extorting the black people the most, because that is connected to their faith. They will give their last dime to Jesus, girl. But then she also states that how on DEI Blackout, she is going to go to these places where they no longer honor DEI and still buy shit. And we're also going to look at a clip of a pastor here in Detroit who 5 days ago went to Target to buy all of the black products. And again, I can understand the attempt here, but I feel like it's defeating the bigger purpose. But maybe I'm the one that may be seeing it wrong. So if you have a perspective that is critiquing, or just a perspective that opens up the dialogue more so we can get to the gray area, I am all for that. But ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, let's take a listen to Megan McGlover and how she feels and what she's going to do in reference to this DEI blackout.
A while, but I'm on here today because today black folks supposed to be boycotting everything. But I can guarantee you that they're not boycotting the corner liquor store. And I can guarantee you that you're not boycotting the church that you, your mother, and your grandmother been paying 10% tithe for the last 50, 60 years. So
no shade. Now in that part, I'm going to give her tens. Motherfuckers still going to the liquor store and still drinking poison, girl. Fucking your liver up from the inside out, bitch. When you piss, it's like you pissing goddamn Pop Rocks and damn acidic ass Hennessy laced piss, girl, that can burn your leg to the white meat. Okay? So we need to boycott that as well, because they have profited off of destruction in reference to black people. But then she also said the black church, who has a building fund, and they putting all type of doors on the doorknob now, doorknob on the door and shit now, and expanding the church, expanding the premises, expanding the sanctuary, the building, got campuses now. Big ass large development deals actually manifesting. We're cutting ribbons and shit. We have great big cathedrals where black people go to and again send their last in hopes that God will hear them and pick them. Meanwhile, when you look on the 2, the 4, the 7, the 9, the 12, and breaking news, girl, there is death and destruction still happening in that area at alarming rates. We have to start having the more difficult conversations. And I'm an individual that's trying to have more difficult conversations, not just online, but also personally and in my own life, which I know the universe will come and manifest those opportunities for me to take. But I want you to hear further what Megan says that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. No shade, if I'm going to be honest. And hopefully the background music is not too loud. Cut down a little bit more because, you know, I like a little ambience. But anyway, let's continue.
So while y'all over there boycotting, I'm about to brush my teeth and I'm gonna go to every store. I don't even need nothing, but I'm gonna go get something. I'm gonna go get me some of Courtney's products. They got them over there at Target. I'm gonna get me some of Tabitha Brown's product. They got them over there at Target. I'm gonna go to the Home Depot, Lowe's, get some nails, some tape and shit. I'm gonna go everywhere that they done got rid of the DEI. I'm finna go. I don't even need. Now I'm finna go get some toilet paper just because. You people got a lot of nerve. You want to sit up here and listen to Al Sharpton ugly ass talking about what you should and should not be doing, when that man for the last 70-something years has been protesting and signs and petitions and walking around and all this other kind of shit for years, and ain't not one damn thing still been done for the black community. DEI did not help the black community at all. We keep telling y'all over and over again the same shit, but you're not listening. So let me get dressed right now. I'm finna brush my teeth and I'm finna go to the store.
Hey, y'all.
Now, when she said that, in a sense, I can understand where she's coming from, because there's a lot of black people, no shade, who are low-key giving up on this idea of blackness that it seems like we cannot manifest, or that we're playing about or playing around about. Because again, as we're going to see later on in the live, I'm going to bring up a picture about what they did in reference to boycotts and how it wasn't just one day. Baby, they was boycotting until they got what the fuck they wanted. But at this point in time, because niggas are trying to manifest financial freedom and shit like that, and all the ideas of us doing that is being played in front of us, that low-key is really not our story. It's being narrated by the powers that be that want to destroy us while making capital off of it. That there are some people who said, fuck it, I give up. That's why there were some niggas that voted for Trump ass this election. Because again, if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. Then she talked about going to Target and buying Tabitha Brown product. Again, a black creation manifestation, okay? A black product within Target to be sold in a major retail chain type of store, you know, a conglomerate all over the country. That's a big thing. I get it. I understand. But the fact that she's going out and buying shit that she don't need. And as you're going to see in this video, 5 days before DEI blackout, a pastor from Greater Grace Temple here in Detroit went to Target to buy all or the majority of the black products in Target. But before we get to that, I want to finish the whole thing with Megan McGlover. No shade. The fact that she said that DEI has not helped black people, even though DEI was not created for us, it was created for white women. But we also saw disproportionate numbers in reference to what we can get. And it's funny because I love how they say that black people, DEI, didn't earn it when our ancestors was the one who built this motherfucking country. So DEI, in fact and indeed, help black people, and not just black people, but very much qualified, overqualified black people. If you go to a YouTube channel by the name of Think Peace Tribe and watch a video called The Confusing Nature about black conservatives, they speak a little bit about DEI and how there was a black woman who was sharing her experience about how she was able to enter into an Ivy League school. I forgot which one it was, but an Ivy League school. And she had all the credentials. She had the honor rolls. She had everything that was needed to enter into this Ivy League school. She had everything that would make her look really good on a resume. And then she finally got the opportunity, okay, to go to the Ivy League school, working very, very, very hard. I work hard every day. Work hard every day. Just for her to get there and have white men and white women look down at her and their noses up to her. Oh, it's another DEI here. Oh my God, didn't earn it, didn't earn it. And she had to eat that. Now, had it been my black ass in that situation, I would have said, okay, well, how about we pick a fucking subject that's in class, girl, and let's let our grades speak for themselves. But let's also further talk about DEI, didn't earn it. How did you happen to get into this school? Is it because your mommy and your daddy donated money to get a new wing put onto the school? Or a new statue in the school in the new fucking courtyard somewhere? Or the fact that your parents know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, because it's not also just what you know, it's who you know as well. So somebody knew somebody that was able to get you into this Ivy League college. And it's not because of the scholastic situations and learning and all this other type of stuff that you're going to get from this experience, because again, it's an Ivy League school, which means that you would think that the education is top tier, but as we can see, it's really just a title. It's really just a name. It's just something to have on your resume to make you look attractive to those who play that wealthy game. So as much as I love Megan McGlover and she's funny as hell, I would love to have a conversation with her one time. And the fact that she cuss now, I like that, because that's my type of talking girl, that creative, colorful language. I love it. But there are some things that I do disagree with. And again, I can understand her frustration, because it's like, if we're going to do this, let's stop having this same bullshit, this same cycle that we play in all the time. Let's actually change the trajectory. Let's actually change a direction and go somewhere different, as opposed to this same shit. And on top of that, the same shit that we can't even fucking fully commit to. Because even though motherfuckers ain't buy shit yesterday, they about to motherfucker and load their cart up on today. And the fucked up part even further is that these companies and organizations and corporations who are removing and pulling DEI back, they fucking know that, which is why they can do what the fuck they gonna do and still get our money. But let's continue. Okay, again, this clip here is a pastor from Greater Grace Temple This is going to be a video of one of his church members explaining what's going on. They're going to be meeting up in the parking lot and then going into Target to buy nothing but black brands to let them know. And before we actually get into that video, because I'm going to try to pull up that other shit that I was telling y'all about, let me read the caption on that video. And again, later on today or this weekend, I will put all the information in the description box below. But the caption, or, you know, the caption reads, Southfield Target, okay? Supporting black vendors at Target is important because it directly contributes to the economic empowerment of black entrepreneurs, provides greater visibility for black-owned brands, and encourages companies like Target to continue stocking diverse products, even when facing criticism about their diversity initiatives. Essentially, within the retail space. Friday, February 28th, we spend no money nowhere. Let's show them how powerful the black dollar is. It's important that we unite. So I'm going to go ahead and let y'all take a listen to that video for yourselves. Let's get in.
As I said, it's going down here at Target. I don't think they have this many people here. Come on. Come on, Miss Jane.
Well, we know who got the biggest drive. Vernon Chapel and King
It's
Solomon,
going down, y'all.
Network and everybody else that's on their way. This is what we're doing. We're organizing in this way. This ain't the first action. There are going to be many actions. This ain't the first action. Don't slap 5-5 and say we did it and we ain't got nothing else to do. We got voter registration that we've got to organize between now and this midterm. There are more companies that we're going to have to put on notice. This ain't the last company that we're going to put on notice. There are more some politicians we're going to have to get rid of that ain't doing nothing, that ain't saying nothing. And so we take this opportunity as a galvanizing moment and as an organizing moment. We want access and we want opportunity. We want our products on the shelf. We belong in the boardroom. We belong in the C-suite. This is our time, and we're going to fight it, and we're going to fight it until justice comes. We're going to have the Reverend Tellerchap to lead us in prayer, and afterwards we will proceed. Now, you buy your product. Take your time. You tell the customer service agent. You tell the management. You tell whoever you need to tell that we want access, we want opportunity, and until you put together policies that will provide access and opportunity for our community, we're saying goodbye. Sorry.
Amen.
Let's pray. God our Father, thank you for this day, for grace, for love, for mercy, for care, for kindness, and for blackness. Thank you for the black school. Thank you for the black church. Thank you for the black preacher. Thank you for the black educator. And thank you for the black dollar. We will now enter into these walls to enhance and propel our people forward. It is our prayer that you would walk with us, walk in us, walk through us, that your message of diversity and equity and inclusion and dollars will reach beyond this city, beyond this county, beyond this state, to the remainder of the world, that we are your people. We ought to be free. We ought to enjoy liberty and justice and equality and have equity in this American economy. We pray for the proprietors of those who manufacture goods that service our people, black skin, black hair, black feet, black fingers, black toes. Thank you, God, for all black bodies. Now we pray that you would shield us from the onslaught for the enemy. Thank you for Dr. Williams and for this leadership, for these pastors, for these congregants. We worship you in our places and worship centers. Now we work for you. Walk with us, walk through us, and walk through us as we attempt to engage in this initiative to remind a dying world that we are to be respected. We are your people, granted in the strong and saving and mighty and marvelous and majestic and tremendous and terrific and strong and blessed and glorious and money-making name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Going down. It's going down.
Let me tell everybody that you ought to be proud of yourself for being here. And let me say this. This is an easy thing. I said this is an easy thing. The bus boycott, 54, 55, whichever what it was. Those people walked to work for over a year because the bus industry said they ain't gonna keep walking. And they kept walking. Now we know they don't have winter down there in Montgomery. But they walked until they brought the bus department to its knees. Because if people won't respect you, one thing we know they respect is money. And it's time for us to make people, if you don't like me, you gonna respect me. My money is gonna be intentionally spent and not just not thinking with ignorance. So that's what we're doing here today, y'all. And it's an easy thing. We ain't walking. We ain't staying out in the cold. We're just going in the shop. And we're going to shop black today. And if somebody want to make America great, well, let's make black people great again. And let's spend our money with black products.
Where's Pastor Preston? Pastor Preston, come on up.
I'm still trying to find this information, y'all. So again, I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure I hit the like button.
We're here to make our presence felt and have them understand that we have the power for confrontation. Right there, Nero? Because the Bible tells us we're made in the image of God and in His likeness. And so we all are created to reflect that image. And anybody who does not respect that we are created in the image of God, it is our responsibility and obligation to force them to acknowledge our presence. And so for too long, they've exploited our community. They've taken our community for granted. But in this season, we are standing up and let our voices be heard because we are people of power and we are people of change. And so let's go in and make them feel our power.
We want to thank, let's shout out Councilwoman Mary Waters here.
Councilwoman Mary Waters in the house.
I saw this lady. I used to work where she
Oh,
a lot of stuff.
You okay?
How you?
Good.
Oh, you did?
Look, now where the money vouchers at that they giving us a shot with?
Now you hear that nigga shit? Hear that nigga shit? Where's the money? I was trying to find it for y'all, but I couldn't find it. I'm so upset. Oh, I'm so upset. I thought that I had bookmarked it. Now here's what I want to say about this. Again, I can understand the sentiment. I can understand what the goal was here. That we're going to go into Target as black people and buy the only black products there. You know, we're going to buy it up. We're going to show Target how much, you know, we're going to show Target the power of the black dollar, as if though they already don't know the power of the black dollar. So they went in and proceeded to buy any and everything black. Hell, even if my ass didn't need it, I'd give it to somebody at church. You know what I'm saying? Now, no shade. Shout out to the turnout. But if more people were really serious about this in the way that Megan McGlover again states, there would be a sea of black people out there. Hell, her ass probably was out there. I don't know why she ain't walked. But the issue that I have with this problem is the fact that even though you are buying black-owned stuff, and yes, again, those black people had to fight very hard to get their products sold in these stores. There came a period in time where we thought that they appreciated us. They cared about us. They celebrated Black History Month. They created all of these clothing and different types of, again, black vendors being invited to be a part of the Target brand family. Only for them to, again, be loyal to the dollar bill. And the fact that black people still went into Target, a place that rolled back their DEI initiative. Because again, it wasn't made for us, but we also benefit from it as well because we helped build this damn country. But why would you go into that place and spend your black dollars there, even though it was 5 days before the DEI blackout? And yes, you bought black products, which again, the black entrepreneurs would receive a cut from that. But at the end of the day, you're still giving your money to Target. They still get something from it. And if the black community was for real, or shall I say we upgraded and evolved our way of thinking to actually be smarter, because unlike the civil rights movement, for the most part, there are more black millionaires, there are more black 100,000aires, there are so many black people that have a lot of money. Why are we not going back to our black communities and investing money into the community? For example, kind of like, where's the video at? What it looks like to really support some shit. As you can see here, it says, when we show up for each other, we all win. Cincinnati's first black-owned grocery store packed on DEI boycott day. If we was really about that shit, black people that got money would start making more business moves. They would start having more business conversations. I am not a business administrator and I don't have a degree in business, but I'm just saying, you know, this would be the time to get together with black investors. People who know the ins and outs of business and even low-key play the same games that white America plays that they say they don't play. To where we could have Tabitha Browns and every other black content creator, every black creator that is having their stuff sold at Target, sold at a black-owned grocery store. That is the power that they're really afraid of. That if black people were to create their own and be sustained and grow and evolve with their own, that they could rival these businesses, even though America is supposed to be about free enterprise, right? Where you have the ability to be what you want to be in this country. But we see that that is a lie. But instead of that, instead of doing that, especially for these black pastors who have mega churches and have multiple mega churches and campuses, again, where is the black grocery store? Where is the black library? Where is the black doctor's office? Where is the black mental health clinics? Where is the blackety black shit at? You spent your money at a company that low-key told you that the removal of the DEI is going to affect black people, and not just black people. It's going to affect women, and it's going to affect queer people. And because of that, that is going to, for sure, increase the crime rate, because now these people cannot find a job. Now let's talk about the duration of this stuff. Again, as you can see on the screen with the blackout list here, these are the dates that they have. Wonderful, great. Those can be starting points. But let's continue to talk about boycotts that black people did that made white people and white companies and shit be like, oh, these niggas ain't playing. And someone in the video even mentioned it. Here it is on the screen, y'all. Okay, let me move this DEI blackout list back over here. And it reads on the screen: during the civil rights movement, one of the most prominent financial protests, the Montgomery bus boycott, lasted for approximately 381 days, over a year. This boycott, led by Martin Luther King Jr., saw black residents of Montgomery, Alabama, refuse to ride city buses to protest segregation on public transportation. Okay, and because of that, there were more impactful boycotts, like Birmingham and Nashville, who also experienced significant economic boycotts by black communities against segregated businesses. Okay, at that time, the boycotts were largely nonviolent, relying on the collective economic power of black citizens to pressure businesses and governments to change discriminatory practices. And the significant income impact is that the Montgomery bus boycott, for example, caused substantial financial losses for the city's bus company. So when that happened, I continued to go further down the rabbit hole and ask the question, well, how substantial was this financial loss? Is there any way to put a number on it? And I got an anecdotal response, okay, which reads: while a precise accounting of the financial losses suffered by the Montgomery city lines during the boycott is difficult to come by, historical accounts point to significant financial strain. But then they give me this anecdotal evidence here, which again is evidence based on personal accounts or stories rather than on verifiable facts or research. And no shade, personal accounts and stories can become verified if they're objectively proven. Anyway, anecdotal evidence suggests the company may have lost around $3,000 per day. This figure, if accurate, would translate to over $1 million in losses over the 381 days of the boycott. This substantial loss of revenue can be attributed directly to the boycott. Or I said attributed girl directly to the boycott, as African Americans, who made up a significant portion of their ridership, refused to utilize the bus system. They didn't say, well, girl, I'm riding I ain't going on the bus for 5 days, girl, but on that 6th day, girl, I have to ride. My feet hurt. They didn't do that. They didn't support them at all. So again, if we're going to talk about this DEI blackout, okay, if we're going to talk about that, the only motherfucking dates that should be on there is the date of today, and then put until further notice. That should be the thing. We are not supporting these companies at all. But that's why we got to start having these conversations, because there's going to be some niggas out there that's not going to be able to commit. That's not going to be able to really stand in solidarity, even though shit about to really hit the fan. Even though we're really about to experience what it is that we read in history books not even that long ago. We're about to go through that same process. But again, the gag of it all is that black people are not the only ones who are going to go through that. privileged, white, middle-class America is about to get a crash course, a 101, okay, in niggerdom. Okay? It's about to happen. So for black people, we should not support these businesses at all. And it's gonna hurt because a lot of us, again, rely on these businesses in our everyday lives because we make up one of the largest demographics of spending in this country. And if you do your research, when they were selling to the Negro, once the Negroes had some money, they made sure to sell Negroes the best. Don't sell him no mediocre shit, because he ain't never had shit. So now we gonna upsell and upcharge this nigga to have quote unquote the best. Or that white people shit. Okay? And when I say white people shit, I mean the proximity to whiteness. So at this point, I think the black community needs to be looking at all of these celebrities, these black celebrities, these black rappers and artists, black entrepreneurs, black motherfuckers who got money. Now is the time to come together and to strategize. We should have been done this shit, but now that we are in the thick of it, we gonna have to come together and figure this shit out. Even me. I realize that not only can I do things, but I love to strategize first. Before anything can manifest, it has to start off with a fucking thought first. Thought is, again, the first thing before any sort of manifestation happens in this realm. So we have to sit down and really think. We're gonna have to also hold our own accountable. We gonna have to sacrifice. But what I mean sacrifice this temporary loss right here. Because again, black people supported the fuck out of Walmart, girl. Every time I saw a Walmart, girl, I felt like I was watching a Tyler Perry production or something, girl. Just fucking tables and barbecues and uncles with a whole K&G outfit from head to toe. Nothing but black people on the screen. Cooking hot dogs and ribs and shit. Potato salad. And even in Target, no shade, we have a nigga section. In all these stores that sell black shit, there is a small section of it. It ain't like we have half the store. And then no shade, some of y'all motherfuckers don't even buy the shit. Y'all steal the shit. So I mean, damn, Megan McGlover may have a little bit of a point in reference to the frustration that she has with blackness. Let me load you this video real quick. I'll show you. I said load this video, girl. Load this video to show you. My mind be working so fast, bitch. I be putting words together. Find this video real quick. Stay at home. Because this other video I'm about to show you of, again, Miss Kristi Burke, and shout out to Kristi Burke. That is an accomplice. Fuck an ally. Because in this season, we don't need no allies, girl, because we see how some of these fake-ass allies act. We see it. And we tired of that shit. We need people who gonna actually put the work in. And again, this video is Kristi Burke. She, for the past few weeks, has been trying to contact Congress people in her state. There's a Congresswoman that she's been trying to get into contact in particular. Blowing up her phone, sending her emails. Her damn assistants and shit about to have nervous breakdowns and bust out in damn strokes and shit. Because everybody keep calling up to the damn place in the building trying to get answers. And they over here about to have an aneurysm trying to answer some of this shit because they can't lie fast enough. Or their logic is fucked up. And one thing Miss Kristi said, girl, is that even though she gonna be ignoring my shit, bitch, you will hear my voice. You will see me. I will find you somewhere, girl, to have conversations with you. So then the Congresswoman said, you know what? Well, it's time to talk. It's time to talk, girl. She got these crow's feet. Her face is like it's melting, girl, because she's so stressed out. Because now she actually got to do her motherfucking job. Okay? But then she stands up to this woman, asks her all type of factual questions, trying to get some factual answers, so much to the point to where she was removed from the building. Okay? But before we get into that, again, I want to show you.
Nope, don't do it, black people. Stay that.
Let me go ahead and get this together because this OBS. This OBS. This is from No Niche Zone. Okay? And she has a very important message. Let me get this together real quick. Hold on, I gotta make this shit. Put the monitor output, girl, on. She is telling black people to stay your ass at home. This is not our fight, y'all. We didn't ask for this. We didn't ask for this. Because of the election, girl, and see, because it was an impromptu live, I couldn't get to everything, girl. But we see exactly where America stands. We see where they stand. So at this damn point, this is not our mess to clean up, because we've been warning individuals for the longest time. We warned them through slave journals. We warned them through recorded history in reference to oral storytelling. We reminded them with visuals, in reference to TV and news. And now we're in the information age. Now we're in the technology age, where information can travel all around the world in a matter of seconds. But people don't know until they finally, again, as the saying has been saying, fuck around and find out. Now that they are experiencing it, now that they can't hide in their white privilege neighborhoods and their white privilege houses and their white privilege bubble, and now that bubble has been burst and you see the world for what it is, colorful as opposed to just being all white. Now is the time to use y'all white privilege to clean up the mess y'all made. Just like how those white individuals stormed the Capitol building and didn't get fucked up and turned into a mass shootout and shit, broke in, destroyed and obstructed government property, and took home shit as memorabilia. And as they were being held accountable, because at the end of the day, nobody is above the damn law, this administration pardoned these people. What I'm going to need for the liberal white people and some of the conservative white people who now realize that they have been duped, that the orange one has come through and did a swiper. I swiped on your ass. Fuck a no swiping. I swiped on your ass. Now it is time for y'all to go ahead and prove to black people that racism is no longer an issue. Because now there's no way to deny racism. There's no way to deny queerphobia. There's no way to deny transphobia and misogyny and xenophobia. There's no way to deny the ignorance of living in your bubble anymore. All of our bubbles are burst. Which is why, again, to sister girl here from No Niche Zone, she asks black people to
don't do it, black people. Stay the hell home. Stay safe, stay home, stay out of it. This is not our business. We didn't get us here and we're not going to get us out of it. These white folk got to do the work. And until they do, they are going to destroy this country. That's how much white supremacy matters to these folks. That's how much the delusion, white delusion, not white supremacy, white delusion. That's how much this matters to these folks, that they are willing to throw away their whole goddamn country. They would rather be kings of rubble than to live good and everybody eats. Everybody gets treated well. Everybody gets treated right. So stay home. Don't go out there. No matter how bad it gets, stay the hell home. This is white folk business. Let them deal with it. This is brother against brother, father against child. This is in-house for them.
No shade. Make sure y'all go ahead and support No Niche Zone. And I agree with that. This is not our fight. Now, as far as the individuals who understand their privilege, and again, as we're going to see Kristi Burke do, use her privilege in a way of an accomplice to help marginalized groups of people, those are people we need to connect with and stand together with. The ones that voted for this shit, specifically the ones that voted for this shit and now have a realization, use your privilege. I mean, you used it to win this election, correct? Why not use it to revert the choices that you've made? Because again, when we look at history, when we had the first Civil War between the North and the South, black people were imperative. Let me see if I can upload that, because I took a picture of that as well. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. Go to my screenshots. Give me 1 second, y'all. Pictures. Where we at? Yes. Yes. This right here. I want y'all to look at this, okay? And it reads, black people, right, played a vital role in the Union's victory in the Civil War, serving as soldiers, spies, nurses, and more. As far as soldiers, the U.S. colored troops, approximately 186,000 black soldiers, served in the Union Army. Black infantry, fought in many battles, including Milliken's Bend, Port Hudson, Petersburg, and Nashville. Black commissioned officers, nearly 80 black soldiers served in commissioned roles. Spies and scouts, Harriet Tubman scouted for the 2nd South Carolina Volunteers. Nurses, black women, because again, it wasn't just the men, it was the women's. Black women served as nurses despite not being able to officially join the army. Other black contributions: black carpenters, chaplains, cooks, guards, laborers, steamboat pilots, surgeons, and teamsters. Black soldiers performed non-combat support functions that sustained the army, and black soldiers performed acts of bravery in the name of the Union and human liberty. Now, around this time, and again, I wish I had all this information beforehand, but again, I was trying to rush and get to this point, okay, to this live. Before the Civil War was over, there was a conversation between a white general and the black soldiers. And I believe, again, I forgot the individual who, again, was in a commissioned role, higher role. They had a conversation. They asked, well, what do you want from this situation? After it's all said and done, what do you want? And all they stated was that they want to be free and they want to have land so that they can create their own shit. And that's where we got the 40 acres and a mule saying from, excuse me. That's where we got it from. After the Civil War, the individual who promised that to black people was somehow unalived and placed into his role was an individual who was a known Klansman. And again, matter of fact, let me look it up, because I don't really like talking as if though I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and put this in real quick. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Here we go. The phrase 40 acres and a mule refers to a promise made by Union General William T. Sherman during the Civil War through his Special Field Order number 15, which allocated 400,000 acres of confiscated Confederate land in the South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida coastal regions to be divided into 40-acre plots for newly freed slaves, essentially giving them a small piece of land to farm, with the mule representing the idea of providing them with the means to work the land. However, this promise was later rescinded by President Andrew Johnson, leaving it largely unfulfilled. Wow. During that time as well, and again, I wish I could find it. I was trying to look it up. I thought I saved it. But after the Civil War, with these newly freed slaves, again, you had the construction of, I think it's the 13th Amendment, if I'm not mistaken. Again, 13, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not beyond reproach. Where you can make someone a slave if you put them in prison. Therefore, all of these black concentration camps came up, and there was one in particular in the South, if I'm not mistaken, where to this day, the area is nothing but a mass fucking grave. And also, to add insult to injury, you have something known as the Homestead Act. Let's take a look at what that is. The Homestead Act, enacted during the Civil War in 1862, provided that any adult citizen or intended citizen, who had never borne arms against the U.S. government could reclaim 160 acres of surveyed government land. And the individuals who came through to take up that land that was supposed to be owed to black people were European immigrants. Which made, and I'm gonna say made because at this point there's no more motherfucking middle class. It is the 99 versus the 1%. But that established a great big portion of middle class America that is white, that is still eating off of that to this day. So black people, we gonna have to do something different. We gonna have to take our money and take it out of this system and put it into a black system. And I believe it is possible if we get the right people up there. Not the people that's looking for clout, not the people that's looking to get their name out there, not the people that want the fame or the awareness that comes with that. But we need people who really understand what's going on and realize that by them doing this, which is the scary part, they are low-key putting their lives on the line. Because again, whenever black people try to create, like Black Wall Street, they destroy. Just like how in Atlanta, that was known as the Black Mecca, but now Atlanta is becoming a police city. There's some gentrification going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a listen to Kristi Burke as she deals with this situation.
Right here in the House, boy, the city clerk.
Okay.
Absolutely. His support.
All right, let's go and thank you.
We have one more.
Now it reads here, on February 28th, yesterday, 2025, Diane Harshbarger, okay, held a town hall event where she dodged questions and lied to her constituents. After repeated, excuse me, Lord, it's getting up there, y'all. It's about to be 6 in the morning. I'm getting a little tired. After repeated attempts to fact check her lies, excuse me, and ask for transparency and truth, I was removed from the event. So this is the beginning part of the video, and this is going to be a little lengthy, okay, of Kristi Burke being removed from the event.
Get up.
We got one more question.
Are you kidding me? No. Are you kidding me?
I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I asked a question.
An hour earlier.
There's been a mandate to the president.
Girl, that is the most Karenist.
No. All right. Well, let's just back up. There's not a mandate by the American people who overwhelmingly
30%.
The Congressional Budget Office. You know what it's going to be by 2035? It's going to be 59 trillion. Did I tell you? Did I tell? Listen, you've got people who pay more taxes. The top 1% of this country pays taxes, more taxes than there's going to be 24.5 billion that we claw back because of tax remittance payments, 10 billion in right-sizing immigration fees on asylum applicants, because these people are coming over the border and claiming asylum, and they are putting the strain on your Medicaid system.
You're cutting Medicaid.
So we're going to have to raise the debt ceiling so we can put money toward the things that we need, like defense,
like Medicaid.
Immigration. So that's my specialty. It means you have to take care of your own people before you take care of somebody else.
And they are proving that to be the case. The rich are protecting the rich. Instead of her protecting the people that are the fucking constituents who are upset and feel some type of way about what's going on, and you're not doing your job. That's a problem and an issue, especially when people voted for your Karen wig having ass to be in the position that you're in. Let's continue further.
Now, let's talk about Medicaid in Tennessee.
Let's talk about it.
I know you're worried about cutting Medicaid. Raise your hand if you think that's.
It reads, I came specifically to ask why Diana refuses to protect Medicaid while supporting tax cuts for billionaires.
Girl. What's going to happen? And that's not what's going to happen. I sit on the committee that listen, I'm not Bill Lee. I'm not a state employee. I'm a federal employee. If you want to be respectful, I'm going to explain what you think is wrong. And I don't know where you're getting your information. I'm the one who sits on the committee that is doing this. I'm here to tell you exactly how we're going to do this, and I want you to be respectful when I tell you. Is that good enough? Listen, a lot of people don't have the guts to come out here in front of you. Am I right? Okay. A lot of people have canceled every coffee, they call them, whatever they call them, town halls. They've canceled them because people are protesting. People are saying, I don't want to answer those tough questions. I'm here to answer those tough questions and give you the reason and the logic behind those decisions. Do you understand me?
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
See, we can be friends.
Let's do it.
Girl, let's do it. Come on, stop. We can be friends. We can be friends after this shit is done. We can be friends after you explain this stuff and make it plain and make it make sense to us. Then we can talk about this possible coming together. But the fact that Kristi has been calling the office, trying to have conversations for the longest time, and people's fucking assistants are giving them the runaround and not providing any factual evidence for them to go look up for themselves to quell, okay, their fears about what's happening. But anyway, let's continue.
Before and I talked to you. Look,
So I never met her.
trying to cut, you know, something that really grabbed my spirit was when I read that by the time my grandsons, who were 8 and 10, are in their 50s, do you know what the national debt would be? $300 trillion. It's unsustainable.
That's why I love Kristi, because she comes through with the receipts. It says requiring very wealthy people to pay income taxes on the unrealized gains and ending their ability to permanently avoid income tax when they pass appreciated assets to their heirs would thus constitute a reasonable reform. It would make the tax code more equitable, okay, while raising $500 billion in revenue over 10 years, according to the Treasury Department, from a small subset of the wealthiest households in the country. And the source is the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. So again, Kristi has been doing the work, and obviously this Congresswoman really has not. But let's continue further.
Now, it's unsustainable now, and we're trying to we're trying just to bend that spending curve. People who don't agree are for big government. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm hearing? I think that's what I'm hearing. We've got to find 1.5 to 2 trillion in cuts. And that, yes sir, that's what the resolution, the budget resolution, that's what we've agreed on. And we did have Democrats to vote for that as well. There's just, well, listen to me, that's over 10 years, and you got to take your math, you got to divide it out. That's just 150 to 200 billion in cuts per year. Those savings would be just 2.3% of the government's 86 trillion in planned spending over the next decade. It's not a big ask. It's easy to get confused with million and billion and trillion. Sometimes I find myself forgetting what the number is. It's a decimal, and I'm like, oh my God! You know, it's a rounding error when you talk about so many million. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's back.
They asked what you take out of Elon Musk's fund. And again, shout out to Kristi. It reads, using the New York Times figures, Musk's company would have made roughly $8 million per day from government contracts in fiscal year of 2023. These figures are backed by USspending.gov data, which shows that SpaceX and Tesla alone received $31 billion in federal grants that year. Girl, let's continue further, girl, because I can just feel it coming on.
Elon Musk doesn't get paid.
$8 million a day. $8 million a day.
It's projected to spend over $7 trillion this year. $7 trillion this year. To take you out, I want you to listen and I want to talk to you, but you got to be respectful.
But we want the truth.
I'm giving you the truth.
But you said Elon Musk doesn't make any money from our government. He makes $8 million a day from government.
If he has contracts, that's not my department, honey. If he has contracts...
It's government contracts. Who pays those government contracts?
Taxpayers pay those government contracts. Let's continue. Let's get in. Get in, Kristi. Get in.
Place before this year. When you listen to propaganda news and you don't go to the source, that's your. Let me ask you something. How many of you belong to a Democratic agency that have paid you to come? No.
Someone says, I was not paid to show up and stand up for the people of District 1. That's what Diana gets paid for.
Well, there's your sign, okay? Okay, now, you want me to get back to Medicaid?
Yes, Medicaid.
Implemented an expansion for Medicaid, and you're going to be shocked when I give you the numbers. That expansion, listen to me, that expansion includes people who are able-bodied and able to work.
Prove it.
I'm not lying. I'm giving you the truth, ma'am. I will give you the numbers, so you need to hush. Well, if you want to sit here and listen and not be argumentative, these people came to listen and to get to truth. Please, just don't argue. I'm giving you the numbers. If you would just hush up long enough for me to give them to you, you can write them down. Let me just tell you what Medicaid is intended for. It's intended for pregnant women, for the disabled, and for the elderly. That is all. Listen, shh, I'm trying to explain. All we want to do, and it saves $100 billion, is to take those able-bodied, nothing wrong with them, adults who are on this system and put work requirements of 19 hours a week, and it could be that you volunteer somewhere, that you are, if you're taking care of an elderly parent or a disabled person, that counts. If you're in a treatment rehab facility, that counts. 19 hours a week. Do you know how much that would save the government? $100 billion over 10 years. To put the able-bodied people who were on Medicaid and reported zero income, just having them go out and put work requirements on that. How many of you work more than 19 hours a week for a job?
64% of people on Medicaid are working.
You cannot, if you do not qualify for Medicaid, why do we even have Obamacare? That's for the people that cannot get insurance. So you've got...
It says, immediately after I fact-checked her lie about the amount of people on Medicaid who are not working, her staff tried to tell me to be quiet. Because a lot of these people have to rely on this shit because, again, their jobs will not offer them any sort of insurance unless, for the most part, if I'm not mistaken, they're full-time. And if there's anything that I believe everybody should fucking have, is healthcare. Especially with all this toxic ass food and shit, with bioengineered shit, so much poisonous stuff in almost everything that we consume, everything that we put on our bodies. Fucking new fucking diseases and shit coming out. And especially now with us being withdrawn from the World Health Organization, excuse me. Like some of those people, like you said, are working and have Medicaid that's coming out their damn checks. But goddamn, if something happened to them, they don't have to spend fucking $2,000 or $5,000 or for some people up to $20,000 a month on certain type of medication to keep their ass alive, and it's not even fucking healing them. It's just helping them to live and deal with the shit.
These people are on Medicaid, and it's costing the federal government. And the federal government, even with the Medicaid reforms on fraud, waste, and abuse, listen to me. Not one person will be taken off Medicaid, and you can say what you want, not one. They will put per capita caps on the Medicaid that you're getting now based on the inflation index, and you send it to the state and you block grant that. And you better pray to God that your state knows how to do math.
Laughing at me because I dared to fact check. And see, this is the problem. These are the motherfuckers right here that we have a problem with, girl. See, we wouldn't even have all this shit if y'all was just letting people know what was going on off rip. When they was calling your damn phone and blowing that bitch up. Y'all should have made a damn voice recording or a damn I'm about to say email. Lord, it's about that time to go to sleep, y'all. My thoughts just run together. Excuse me. Had to burp, shit. But y'all should have made a voicemail or something and put some music behind it and sing it or something to let the people know what's going on. Now that it's there, you want to be able to give them the numbers. Why it take you so damn long to get all these damn numbers when you know the truth? And again, you work for the people. They don't work for you. Them two motherfuckers laugh and work for the people. And it's so, girl, you talking about DEI hires, girl. These are like DEI hires, girl. How you a police officer with a gut?
Not one person is taken off of Medicaid with this program, and you can save $880 billion just to send it back to the states and let them implement your program. Not one person, and it wouldn't be up to the federal government anyway. They don't throw.
They do when you gut the budget, Diana, because they're gutting it. They're gutting the Department of Education. They're gutting health care. Anything to give power to the people, they are removing. And we've seen this before in history, but we've been told that because this is America, it can never happen here. But see, that's for motherfuckers who don't even learn from the past, because if they actually take a real objective look at America, they would see a whole bunch of red for blood, a whole bunch of blue for beaten, battered bodies, and a whole bunch of white because those was the individuals that allowed it to fucking happen. Got Reba McEntire's sister up here with her good wig on, trying to tell the people that they wrong and that they dumb and they stupid. Well, if we dumb and stupid, then we must be dumb and stupid for electing your ass to be in the position that you're in.
You off Medicaid, that's the state. Elon or what have you, I've got, you know how many calls and how many pieces of email, and you have no idea. Get rid of the bomb, get rid of the musketeers, do this, do that. Do it. I'm like, listen to me. We have to start somewhere in saving our country for our grandchildren. This one. Healthcare. No. Well, listen, was Hillary Clinton elected to be Secretary of State? No. She was not. She was appointed. She was appointed by the Senate. No. Go on these trips. Elon Musk has something to do with that. He's just doing his job in putting people in place in these federal agencies to look out for your money.
To look out for our money, but yet ain't nobody looking out for his money because he making billions and trillions of damn dollars. $1 million a day, girl. Excuse me, $8 million a day. But you worried about our money?
I came here for me to answer the damn questions and to
tell the truth.
Woo, now we saying that. Now she frustrated. Now she pissed off and she upset. Well, ma'am, if you was doing your damn job, we wouldn't be at this situation right now. Maybe if you was honest with the constituents, you wouldn't be in a situation right now where you over here becoming flustered because the people, and especially Miss Kristi, came through with the facts. But let's listen, damn it. Come on, get the damn answer.
Truth. And to tell the truth.
It says all we're asking is that she doesn't lie and is willing to be fact-checked when she misinforms. That will instill confidence in the people. that you actually care about them, that you're willing to listen to them and to say, you know what? I don't know everything. That's why I have to talk to y'all. That's why I have to connect with y'all. Y'all have no problem going out and talking to motherfuckers and knocking on damn doors and shit and doing all your shit when it's time for your ass to be put in the seat. But now that the requirements and the responsibility that comes with being in that seat is now at your front door, now all of a sudden you want to hide. But then give this illusion that you know what you're talking about now when you have angry ass people. And at least I can't commend her for actually doing that. But again, I don't like this whole idea of the government think we work for them when in actuality they work for us. But let's continue further.
We came for the truth.
Forgive me for saying that bad word, but you know what? There was a point in time when, there's a point in time when I'm trying to be respectful for you and I'm trying to give you the facts. I've always done this. I've never shirked my duty as a congresswoman. I get in front of you no matter what audience, whether it's hostile, whether it's friendly. I'm here to answer those questions and you have to listen to me.
You have to listen to us too.
Facts so you can formulate a question that you can ask me.
We got questions.
What time is it, Patty? What time is it? All right, let's do this. We're going to open it for questions, but you cannot shout over one another or I won't pick you. I will not pick you. So, you got a microphone? I want some questions like, ask me what we're doing with the budget.
I raised my hand the entire time specifically to ask a budget Medicaid related question. Let's see if she gets picked.
Budget. Okay.
All right, guys, I'm the word.
Yesterday, you posted a video on Facebook in which you said, well, this is normal. This is what companies do. They downsize, and this is how they do it. And I worked in the industry, and I know this is not how companies do it.
That's right. That's right.
They're using a chainsaw.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
They don't fire the easiest people to fire just because they're easy to fire. Well, there's a lot of downsizing.
And no shade. I heard a story from someone that is a associate of mine, shall I say, who was working for $1 billion company. Shit, in 1 quarter they made almost like that Elon Musk type money. This individual was high up in the company, was making the company look hella good, just for them to get an email telling them that they're going to be terminated. Y'all about to have almost $1 billion in 1 fucking quarter. But y'all trying to downsize the company. Girl, what? Wow.
Go on companies, just like Charles said, that you don't want these people to lose their job. But I can tell you they'll repurpose these people, and that's what I've been told. That's one of my questions. That's one of my primary questions to the president.
I have called repeatedly. I would like to ask you, do you have confidence in what Elon Musk is doing going into our databases in Washington? Do you have confidence?
I love how motherfuckers who got a call and ask their grandchildren how to FaceTime and how to turn this on and how to put this app on and how to cut this off. I love how they saying yes to trust some individual with your private data. Just interesting.
Well, let me tell you, let me give you the truth about that. They have, the people that Elon Musk has chosen to go in and just do forensic audits, I told you this before, you can believe me or not, and I verified this. They have gone through background checks. They're not taking your information and putting it on the World Wide Web.
How do we know?
So everybody can see it.
How do we know?
They're not.
How do we know?
You don't say that. What? Look, this is what we're exposing. The only way you would know any of this is if they went in if we didn't have those young people going in and looking at these line item numbers, yes, ma'am. I have confidence that they are doing it the right way.
Saying that my personal information and everyone else in this room should ask for such a letter. I want it signed.
Okay. Are you asking, now say that, you want me to sign a letter saying I have confidence in him that he won't cause the breach? Look, you can't even be sure that your information's not going to be breached when you go to the grocery store. Okay, I know where you're coming from, and I have confidence. Okay, I got you, and I have confidence, honey. All right. Who's the next question?
I wondered how you felt about President Trump pardoning the January 6th rioters.
That's right.
Committed crimes, especially those against our police officers, the men in blue. And the second question is, how do you feel about President Trump saying that Ukraine was the aggressor in Russia? And
I placed this right after he did the pardons. If there's someone that had a prior criminal record, then your state and local law enforcement should be able to track them with a blanket pardon. And I don't know who all he did pardon.
Do you support it? Do you support it?
It was anybody, but he also pardoned the Christians that prayed outside of the
Do you support the January 6th pardoning is what she asked. Just answer the question.
I was there.
I know, answer the question.
I wasn't outside. I didn't see what happened, but we know we're going to delve deeper into that to find out, and we're finding out that some of those people and those FBI agents were outside. And I'm not going to.
It's a yes or no question. Yes or no.
Why did the January 6th committee destroy hundreds of pages of documents?
It's a yes or no question. It's a yes or no question.
That was the Democrats who destroyed hundreds of pages of documents.
Answer her question.
They were told not to destroy them.
Can you answer the question?
I told you that I agree with the pardons of some of those people who walked in and walked out. Anyway, well, listen to me. The January 6th pardons, President, that was one of the promises he made on the campaign trail, and he did. And I told, at the first interview I did after the fact, if there are people with prior criminal records for whatever reason, your local law enforcement are going to know that. And I've talked to the sheriff about that. Ukraine. I don't know what President Trump said. I wasn't there, but it is not. I haven't voted for one dime for Ukraine because they cannot show me where they're taking your taxpayer money and giving it. What we are finding with the money that was sent to Ukraine is that it didn't go to Ukraine, a lot of it. And so we know that Russia provoked this war.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I don't know what context he even meant that in. But I'm just, look, I wasn't at the breaking press conference. I'm doing my job. I'm trying to save the country. And so, I don't watch your propaganda news, man. I don't.
All right, guys, moving on.
Okay, next one.
Okay, for second time, we got time for one more
Well,
question.
One more?
She's got a
Medicaid.
Stand up, stand up.
Second time.
12:30.
Well, what time is it?
I have a budget question.
Well, we'll answer some more questions.
Representative Harshbarger, thank you for being here. I know it's not easy, but we have real concerns, and we are your constituents too, if we don't agree with you. I like it on record that I've not been paid to be here or to speak. I'm a retired public school educator with 33 years of experience in service. I taught middle school, high school, and college level U.S. government. I am speaking today in regard to the Affordable Care Act. My husband and I currently have health insurance to the marketplace created by the Affordable Care Act. I'm a survivor of breast cancer from 2021, so I have a pre-existing condition. I've looked into acquiring private health insurance and have been told I will not be eligible for another 4 years. If not for the ACA, I would be uninsured. Yeah. I have a niece on the ACA who has diabetes. She has a pre-existing condition and will be unable to acquire private health insurance as well. I'm fully aware that Project 2025, which is the blueprint this current federal administration is following.
Yep.
I haven't read Project 2025.
You should have.
Excuse me.
Tell me the truth.
And all due respect, everything that is happening was part of Project 2025. Excuse me, please let me answer my question. Okay, I'm shaking. This is very important to my life.
We're behind you.
Okay? In all due respect here, Project 2025 is happening before our eyes.
Yes, it is.
Okay?
Yes, it
Whether
is.
you have read it or not.
Yes, it is.
Okay? Then maybe you should, because that is what is happening.
So
Yes.
tell me what they're doing.
Here's my question.
Okay.
You should know.
Okay? I came here to sit in line for this.
Okay.
I need to know where you stand on this issue. According to 2025, Project 2025, there will either be the elimination of the ACA or extreme restructuring. I will be unable to get insurance. This is a personal issue for me.
Yeah.
I need to know, and I hope people are recording this because I'm going to keep you to your word what you said
Yes.
on this. Because we are in a situation where, our representatives in our Senate so close between Democrats and Republicans, it will only take a few of you to be brave enough to stand up.
Woo! Yeah. That's right. That's right.
This is what I understand, and I have not read 2025, and the president disavowed the 2025.
Says overall progress, girl. I can't really see it, bitch, because it's kind of small, girl. Let me see if I can make it bigger. What that say? Overall progress. Girl, I can't really see that. No shade, it's kind of blurry, but the information is there for y'all viewing pleasure. Let's continue.
We're never going to get rid of all the Obamacare. We just won't, because that's a safety net program. That's why when we talk about Medicaid, you're not going to, you're just going to get rid of the fraud, waste, and abuse.
It's going to
We
come
have
up.
to
It's
have.
going to be voted on. Where
Hang
do
on.
you stand?
Wait, listen to me. I'm trying to explain.
I need to know.
You're not going to go without insurance. There's going to be a safety net program, I'm sure. Because I don't know what the president's finally going to say, but we know that there are millions of people. When I went to Congress, they offered Obamacare to me. And now there's millions of Americans who have pre-existing conditions. This was the whole premise.
I understand all that. I need to know where you stand.
We
Are you going to fight for
there's
it for
going
us?
to have to be a safety net program for people like
Are you going to support
Yes, of course. Listen, I'm on the committee that will make these choices.
Committee cutting Medicaid.
Ma'am, you don't have to worry. There's going to be a safety net program. I don't know why
But are you going to fight for it?
Yes, I just told you. Yeah, it's almost like you think I'm the devil or the cartel and I'm the enemy. I am not. I am here to work for you to make sure you don't fall under that. Okay, so listen, the president understands that too. It is up to me. It is up to me and my physician colleagues and my healthcare colleagues on both sides of the aisle to make sure there is some kind of program for those uninsurable patients.
It reads, at this point, okay, I was increasingly frustrated with her lies and non-answers. I believe we should always fact check our representatives when they are not telling the truth. She made a blatantly false, unscientific claim that people are born only one of two genders. This ignores the nearly 2% of the population that is born intersex. I tried to stay calm, but I was tired of the lies. So, I attempted to ask her a clarifying question. And when she refused to answer my question, I was removed by police. I was the only person removed. But I was not the only person holding her accountable and using my voice. We're almost done with the video, y'all. We got 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Okay, she's giving y'all time to read that. We already read that. So let's get to her getting to that point.
Right. These young women will never win another championship or get another scholarship. Because biologically, you're born a man or a woman.
No. Intersex people exist. Intersex people exist. Do intersex people exist? Do intersex?
Myth 4. See, she come through with the facts. See, this is what the hell Miss motherfucking Reba McEntire, I'm a survivor, should have been able to give us. Okay? I want to watch motherfucking, what's the name of that movie called? The Little Rascals. To watch her give the award to Spanky and shit. Myth 4. Intersex people are transgender. Being intersex has nothing to do with being transgender. Our physical, sexual characteristics have nothing to do with how we consider our gender identity or with who we are attracted to. The word transgender or trans is an umbrella term for people whose gender identity is different from the sex they were assigned at birth. The word intersex relates to physical, sexual characteristics, and that's from Amnesty International.
People exist. Do intersex people exist? Do intersex people exist? Do intersex people exist?
Listen,
yes or no?
Are you changing from one sex to another?
Or intersex is not changing.
I'm not going to address the issue. Okay? No,
God.
I'm answering
You
this
lied.
question.
I'll respectfully ask you to walk this way, please.
10 times stronger
You're gonna
than
kick me out for asking her to answer a question.
Yes. Let's walk this way.
You're gonna kick me out for asking her to answer a question that she won't answer?
Well, let's walk this way.
Everybody else is yelling. Why do I have to leave?
And now
You
she
have been
can't
causing
even-
a scene since you got here.
Everybody's been causing a scene.
Well, step out, let's walk.
Because she was paralyzed because of the hit that
Come on.
he gave her.
Let's
That is
go. Let's go.
I'm not going to back up on my
Grab your
decision
stuff,
to
let's go.
support Title IX.
Are you serious? Everybody is yelling.
Grab your stuff and let's go.
I hope that the president will take
For asking the Congresswoman if intersex people exist. I want to know if intersex people exist.
her at 12:30.
She asked if
I want to know if intersex people exist, and she won't answer the question.
ask people out here.
I appreciate you all showing up, whether you like my answer or
Do
whether
you,
you
is this?
Congresswoman, we have one more.
Okay.
Get up.
We got one more question.
Are you kidding me? No. Are you kidding me? That we all
First of all, did you hear the people clapping? Because there were a bunch of people who were sitting there silent, quiet, and the motherfucker wasn't saying anything because they understand exactly where the Congresswoman is coming from. So they was quiet the whole goddamn time, but now that Kristi is being removed, because again, if you were to look at her video, she does the facts. She is also, if I'm not mistaken, diagnosed with ADHD. So she kind of, when she digs into something, she really commits to it and has pulled up fact after fact, article after article. She called her Congress people to try to get answers, only for them to respond with misinformation. And then when she challenges them on the misinformation, there's this long ass motherfucking pause because now they have to think of a lie. And even though she never met her, I gotta believe that she did have a conversation with her, because in her last video, she said that she was able to talk to somebody and they did not give her the answers that she was looking for. Just like how she sprouted that intersex and trans is the exact same thing, that you're born either a man, man or woman, when intersex people do exist. But again, because they're a small part of the percentage, people don't give a fuck nor care about them. That's the problem and the issue. And here come these motherfuckers, girl, asking her to leave. Oh, you're causing the scene. You're causing. No, she is the one that is challenging the Congresswoman. I could understand if she was getting in the Congresswoman's face. I could understand if she made a fucking verbal threat against her. But all she is saying that when you're speaking mis and disinformation and you are completely avoiding shit, people asking you questions and you can't even answer it. How about you answer it first, then go into your explanation? You want to give an explanation so that you don't have to give an answer. And the explanation that you give is a ignorant one, but yet she is removed. All because the Congresswoman not doing her motherfucking job. Oh, I had this information and we found out and we did this. Why ain't you releasing shit to the people? Why ain't you telling the people if you want to be updated and kept in the loop about what's going on in reference to your tax money and your experience during these next 4 years? Subscribe to this mailing list and we will give you updates on what's going on so that you, as soon as I know, you will know, because I care about the people. Which means I'm gonna be like Michael Jackson, girl, working day and night. Ooh, I'm gonna be doing that for y'all because that's what y'all pay me for. But again, we know where this is going. And this is why we gonna have to do something different. Because if we don't, the next generation don't have a fucking chance. Let's listen to the lasting message from Kristi.
I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I asked a question. I asked a question. I want my water bottle in there.
I'll bring it.
Thank you.
And she ends it with this, no shade. Because this is the one part where I understand where she's coming from, but I also struggle with it myself, Kristi. She says, I promote kindness, empathy, and critical thinking on my channel. My emotions were high, and I wish I had remained calmer. At the same time, our representatives are not paid to lie. And when they lie, we should speak up. Please keep resisting. And then she has a picture here at the end that you're going to see. If I didn't cut it, there we go. It says, whoever oppresses the poor to increase his own wealth will fall into poverty. We see you selling us out, Diana. Now, Kristi, and I've said this to her before because she actually watched a little bit of one of my lives that I did. One thing she kept saying is that we cannot afford to sit up here and to go to war with individuals who did vote MAGA, girl, but are regretting it, instead of telling them I told you so, because that's going to just create further strife, further division. But then Kristi went to go finally talk to the Congresswoman that she's been trying to get into conversation with for the longest time now, since Trump's presidency and since all of these executive orders have been coming out. That she gave the Congresswoman a chance to speak the truth, and she got up there and spoke everything except that, only dropping one little nugget of wisdom. Just one. Because again, when you lie, you got to have a little bit of the truth in there. Just a little bit. In order for that lie to, quote unquote, work. But because Kristi, a white woman, used her privilege to be able to challenge another white woman who is trying to protect hers. And this is the response. This is the reaction that she got. Of course the emotions are high, especially when you lying in our fucking faces and you can't motherfucking explain the damn truth. So Kristi, I agree. when it comes down to people who are willing to listen, when it comes down to people who are really objective, and if the information that you provide is greater than the information that they have, and it happens to be more informative, happens to be factual, happens to be objectively proven, and they yield to that new information, we can have peace with them. We can talk with them. We can find the gray area with them. But the individuals who are literally operating out of ignorance, we gonna have to turn up the pressure cooker on their ass. And like I stated before, when it comes down to black people, this is really not our fight. We not gonna be in the forefront, on the front lines for this shit. We've been doing that, and look at how we was responded to. No shade, at least Kristi, when she was forcibly removed, it was mild. Imagine all the other people who were removed in such a way that were black, and even a few of them that didn't even survive the encounter. So black people, stay your ass at home and fight with your money. This is the time to support black businesses. That means going to local black businesses, local black restaurants, local mom and pop shops. Flood their businesses with your patronage, with your money. We got to become more serious in-house. We already proven to white America that we got money. We already proven to white America that we are intelligent. We already proven to white America that we're creative. We built this fucking country. So we've already proven ourselves. It's time to start proving ourselves to us. And not just for your sake, for your children's sake and those that come after. And again, to the white individuals like Kristi that is using her privilege to stand in the gap for the less fortunate, we see you and we thank you. We will stand with you. We may not be in the motherfucking forefront, but we gonna stand behind you, helping to lift your ass up as you continue and your other white peers continue, especially those that voted for Trump and regretted it, for them to rectify the choice that they made. Because we all tapped out. Black people got some self-healing to do. Black people got some emotional releasing that we need to do. The black community needs to go lay their ass down on a therapist's couch and talk all they shit out and let it go. Because if you don't, you will project that onto the next generation. Which is why even in today's world, we're still having the same fucking conversations about blackness. And we're not even guaranteed to survive the encounter, even when we do the right things. So black people, again, fight with your money and protect blackness by any fucking means. And again, to the white accomplices who understand the plight of humanity, this is your time to shine, baby. So with that being said, I want to say thank you for coming through for the live. I really, really do greatly appreciate it. Again, this is an early morning, late night, early morning vibe here. This is the replay gang, so make sure y'all tap into that. Also, make sure to join me again tonight at either 8 or 8:30. I have to make a little run real quick before I do my live, but we're definitely going to be live later on tonight, okay, to get into chapter 1 through 3, Wonderfully Made Story Times, okay? I'm excited to kiki with y'all, to kind of spill a little bit more of my tea, and hopefully that will be a conduit or a springboard for conversations of healing. Because like I said, the shit that we dealing with right now, baby, they trying to tire us the fuck out. And the only way they're going to win is if we allow them to. Okay? So with that being said, again, thank y'all. Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you feel compelled and you kind of want to help donate to the platform, girl, you can definitely hit me in the Cash App, $BubzDaGawd. We take anything and everything that jingle and folds. We appreciate it. And until next time, fam, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all morning. See y'all tonight. Peace.
I can be anything I choose in this round. We are a sound vibration too deep to tell.